the A main fight. As looks as if GSR is going to just get the wall down early and not want to deal with anything as yetujey walks up. Shot fired, giving away his presence, but how many players are really here? You'll find, in fact, you won't find out because he was flashed and forced to TP out.
Yetujey back to main. GSR has managed to pick up the first, and diving into the site is a xeus with support behind, but the reveal has set up Rex for a quick triple, and with that foot flattened, Liquid Academy going through the motions here in what could just be has been hindered.
Baha needs to be careful now as everyone collapses down, and look where the spike is, forced towards B. Let's look at Rex now, and he'll win out his duel.
Such a key 1 versus 1 for Rex to take. The alley has been conceded though.
Yeah, and well, Rex has conceded the site. Happy with what's happened here, and happy to take what he's got. So they come back in with 5.
How much utility is left here on Liquid though? Of course, with the Astra, you do get some extra abilities, some stars to try and play around, and it looks like there is almost a full belt on WanZeru as well.
Yeah, Liquid don't blink though at the first tap of the spike, so all 5 players ready to come back in with the utility that's in pocket.
And post-plant positions 4 foot. They are embedded deep in the site.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to try and dice this up, and while the fake clone may try and help as they now start to clear the corners. No one player is an elbow, and the clone gives away the position as well. FALIN, KROSTALY, how do they manage to combine, play in xeus, and it ends up with FUT coming out on top? What can WanZeru do here with just an outlaw?
They're now starting to funnel through the A corridor into R, and it's xeus to draw first blood again.
Clean shots, Proxh off the board, but WanZeru still holds on for the space and is calling for people to support. 3 bodies strong are Liquid, and GSR with a spray transfer nets 2.
And it gets the res up as well. Mistic does fall on the other side of the map in the same motion, but at the very least GSR has walled off the lane, and with that it's a much longer rotation for FUT.
Yeah, but one which they are already first to, right? That chamber on site, gaining deep space, but yetujey needs to be careful about lane.
Even picking up the orb here as well, MrFaliN, as they start to empty the utility belts and get in sight. Brilliant horn, sets up Yetu for the first, and he'll fall back before looking for a second. Rotation coming in from Rex, but it's from the opposite side, and WanZeru has plenty of healthy targets in front of him. This Outlaw's going to struggle to do too much if Rex can't lift it for him. And with Yetu already onto a third, WanZeru just has to see how much damage he can possibly do in this 1 versus 3. Liquid taking their foot off the gas for just a moment, and FUT are immediately equal to it.
That's what FUT are good at, is we see WanZeru just get as much damage in as possible, has it. You make a mistake, they're going to punish you. There's so much experience in this core as WanZeru has done heavier on the A side.
GSR just disrespecting the wall and a little bit.
Bu akademi kadrosu bu galiba.
Investigate into
Arada bakarız.
For the defense. Although you can already see Team Liquid Academy looking to give up mid and now play towards the sides.
And that's the right reaction in this situation. When you have numbers, play from a little further back, entrenched where it's difficult for FUT to cut that out. Still seeing there is some initiation behind this. KROSTALY does pick one up and just flushes the dart onto the secret wall to make sure that there's nobody hanging around. They want to fight Rex here, and when they put him on a dime, it's GSR that trades out. That duo which have been ever consistent throughout the year, coming up with the goods again.
And I mean, you look at the Brimstone of Baha, he does have a molly and he does have the ulti.
The limelight is all his. Baha with the ult to fall back on. A molly in his
Silah
pocket
molisi
but
var ha.
doesn't need it at the first
Yapar
swing.
mı?
That's WanZeru down, and while damage has been taken on his dismissal, there was half a chance there for Baha. GSR does stamp it out eventually.
Oh, but WanZeru may have just escaped. Right, it seems right now they've not made their decisions. A bit indecisive, actually.
It's all on KROSTALY to take this
Xeus
time.
yakalarsa Vice'ı ama Vice gelmiyor.
Mystic knows this.
Yeah, I think the full of Team Liquid Academy know what they need to do, and you see with the timer and you see the positions, it's the exact same as last round. They don't want to keep that middle of the map. Know that FUT have to try and clear it, and that's what's taking their time. But WanZeru on the hip fire misses out. allows the site to go to FUT, and that
Süper
spikes down. The key
kesinleşmedi de
difference maker is those
sheet
ultimates.
paylaşınca doğru oluyor genelde. %100 doğrudur. %95 diyelim.
On both sides of the map. You can see Zeus has already moved up in secret. He has a really dangerous position here.
Yeah, the timing could be key. The young gun who had a on and off
Herkes
year
birbirinin
of
sırtını dönüyor. Çok anla değil mi?
2025.
Yakalayacak ama
The
Zeus'u.
off-season looks to be an important
Pauline
one
buldu.
for him, but once again Zeus now
Ölmedi
looks to
lan.
distract and perhaps get
Yapma.
another couple kills. As the
Yapma.
players of Liquid try to clear out the waylaid. It's GSL's
Yaptı.
job, but one in which he fails, and everything now being thrown at this post plant is FUT no, they want to win it. Just Mistic that
Galiba.
for either side, or combining either side.
Very early on, you're seeing that Nightfall is going to be available here for both sides. In fact, it's FUT that bite the bullet first, and Zeus takes one in the face as Mistic and Proxh try and trade this out. Proxh
Fazla
will
vurdu
double
Proxh.
up to make it a 2-on-2. Yetu looking for the timing, but Rex palms it away.
Yeah, there's a dimensional drift if they really need to clear out, but MrFaliN instead gives away steps.
With that, WanZeru's ready.
With 4 players on B long, exact same position as last. But remember, Team Liquid Academy still have that advantage in ultis.
Vice atacaktı karşı tarafta.
WanZeru is just trying to take one on the way out.
Bekliyorlar
But it's
gibiydi.
KROSTALY to strike
Çok
first.
iyi.
And WanZeru gets caught mid-animation on the ult, in fact. Zeus also profiting from this position. But GSR in kind will pick Mistic back up on his feet behind the wall.
Yetujey
and
sızdığı için
heading
dönüyorlar ama
elsewhere.
But remember, the Vice still up, allows, stops the
duvarla
movement of
karşılaştı,
the chamber.
ilerleyemiyor.
And as FUT try to make their way across, I think Team Liquid might get there first.
Still paranoid of this mid-insert, though, after that initial opening pick.
Kalmadı.
Now FUT
Kör
slowly
giyiyoruz. Bu
starting
bir
to
tane vurursa
telegraph
sıkıntı.
and note their presence as they creep closer towards the A site, and Liquid can't find anything on the way in.
GSR unlucky not to catch MrFaliN.
Oğlum ne bir canı var.
No HP, but still breathing. A 4-on-4, and with the ult opened up, it's MrFaliN instead that strikes through the heart of the academy.
Oğlum Astra karşı tarafta değil mi? Niye smoke açtı lan?
Geçmek
için smoke mu açtılar yani? Peki.
Liquid still holding out hope on this one for the time being, but that hope quickly
Bu oyu düşününce mini bu Felix olamaz gibi geliyor bana.
Be pretty straightforward. It's whether the academy side get caught off guard by Yetu. And that's certainly the case. That headhunter hitting exactly where it needs to. But it's up to Mistic now, and he's caught in an ultimate.
Güzel
But
combo.
he's able to get one before he gets caught.
Lovely combo.
Hani vurmuş lan
GSR
yine
not
de.
getting any more though. And WanZeru so far away from play. It's another round where Rex is the first player, as confident as he is, to take contact and drops. The Vice setup lost. And WanZeru with it all to do to keep FUT honest here.
Bu bir tek dürbün silahlarla oynayabiliyor galiba. Diğer türlü bir makarası yok gibi.
So far, WanZeru since his Team Liquid Academy debut.
Has the element of surprise. Baha shouldn't check this.
Doesn't. So
Derken 1v3 atıyor mu peki?
and now another 2, but
Oradan
Time Not on his
çözemezsin.
side has it.
Ace attı ona da. Neden telif 10'luk 1v3 kalınca öyle ekstra yaptım. Vur Mistic'i. Fark ettiler.
With 5 bullets left in the gun, he spends another. But drops down to 10.
Aa elinde silah yok ha.
Here for Rex. I think he's just about managed to skip past the jump peak there from MrFaliN.
Yeah, you can see the recommit, although they really want to re-clear this. They must have known about the Vice, and well, they know about the push now as well.
GSR at the double, Mistic also chipping in. KROSTALY the only player in position here. He has to hold the line for FUT, and he's done a damn
İkisi de bir
good
can
job,
yaparsın.
but can't knock a
Çok
single
uzaktan
player off
geliyor.
their feet, so it goes 2v1.
Yeah, so late
Biliyorlar mı
though as the
geldiğini
rotating
bilmiyorlar.
Baha. Can he at least catch one player off guard? Both are low.
A shot to the toe of either player would take them out of play, but Baha nails it between the eyes of Proxh, and so it goes 1v1.
Etfiyat atma bacakların okeyiz.
New into the roster, as is his counterpart. A tap of the smokers. The rookie looks to play mind games here with a Liquid veteran in the server.
Çok
Second tap
korkutucu geldi
and
bana
Mistic
şu anda.
still won't bite. Baha starting to sweat as he can feel the pressure creeping in. Looking now to stick this out for half, and Mistic only just takes the timing. Still
Team Liquid Academy can just execute on A.
It's dragged another player over
Double
in the
cross'a
process
devam.
as well. KROSTALY Sova now involved on a vacant B site as
Nasıl yani?
Liquid look to increase their ambitions towards A. MrFaliN stuck in all the middle of this.
Doğru, gerçek bir
way
şekilde
out,
öyle.
and is offered a corridor to safety backside.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 versus 4 as this take comes through. The flood not exactly working for FUT. Team Liquid Academy have the advantage, but that goes fleeting. Now you can see WanZeru forcing the backside fight. Takes yetujey, but can't get MrFaliN.
This B long position and pillar pretty
Hatta sonra
effectively
Proxh bir yere gidebilir mi ya?
conditioning it and finding the kill off the back of a
Erken
mistimed drone.
yakalanmış.
Lovely stuff from WanZeru. His Euro play so far has been excellent, and well, FUT now know that there's bodies in A main. How many? That's the question as they try to be aggressive. Unfortunately, rexxtoned, even though he's been hindered, still hits unbelievable shots.
Baha the only one here, and he started wow! He started fantastically, in fact. Back at even footing. Vice wall is up, it has been trapped. And so the two rookies, the fresh blood in the FUT roster, has to win the 2v2.
Liquid know that they need space to sit in.
Altta
They've chosen
buluşacaklar.
KROSTALY is here. He will take Mistic. Is there any more? Is it up to rexxtoned now? A 4K is what we're getting a very quick dimensional drift. And you can see pings of where KROSTALY is, but where is the chamber? Finally seen. And now the full picture of the B site has been told.
Accelerated B play coming in, and WanZeru wins that duel onto yetujey again. Finds his man, takes the site, and gives Liquid ample time to set up.
Fazla ekstra.
Will go down, res available, and well, it's actually the first ultimate on the defender's side, and even gets a pick.
Further decay onto Mistic's position, and the Prowler looking to capture him here too, but Mistic with a sidestep, and GSR back up on his feet with the rest of the team around him, making it a pseudo-flawless for Liquid time. We can say for certain is that Liquid have dictated the pace of these attacking rounds, and yet again they find an opening kill, and it's yetujey on the receiving end.
Yeah, that operator gone, and very quickly they know exactly where the Sova is, and no escape into the site, into where he can try and hide. FUT could perhaps even, to sweeten the deal, Hazard to the next round. Team Liquid Academy who continue to problem FUT, and they do so once again.
Out for this. There's a trademark behind him if he wants to give up the space. But Liquid have called the
Ben
freeze.
minimum onun duelist'ten başka bir şey oynayabileceğine inanmıyorum nedense.
Is that Zeus is stuck in art, and that's going to leave KROSTALY all alone in A, where you can see this execute just coming in.
Yeah, and Rex has actually decided to take it one step further, so he's the backstab in this situation.
WanZeru is the player to TP in towards
Okay.
default. Zeus able to get him though, and that's going to provide issues because the rest of the players now need to work across. Knew about Zeus and will grab him. It's the Sova now, just trying to hide away in towards Secret, but there's not much of a secret anymore as he puts himself in the kill feed, but quickly he'll feature himself as the death. So 2 versus 3 advantage to the attack.
Yeah, and now Liquid take up position. They've got 2 players deep in main.
That's going to be the issue, as if Proxh could at least have gotten one, it would have probably been the end here. But as GSR is now noted by the Seas, the players of FUT are worried about art. Mistic is playing from main, wants to use that star, can't get the spray transfer. So now Mistic using his grab well. MrFaliN is spamming the wrong place. He's gone searching in the wrong place for the answers that he was looking for. Team Liquid Academy.
Zeus in particular. But when does it get to a point that it just feels like FUT are relying on him to come up with the goods again and again, and there is no plan B?
Hiç haberleri yok bu arada.
Players, as it's only Mistic spotted out in art for the time being.
Yeah, but this is the biggest problem. yetujey being proactive up B long. Is this going to be a red herring? Because there's players now starting to move towards B.
I mean, looks like he's going to get value from it. Such a bold play for him to make, committing to this. Failure after failure in trying to defend the B site. Finally finds himself in a position where he may be able to create impact. GSR arriving in club outside of B, as it looks like Liquid might just be doubling back on themselves, or even going for a second swing at the B site, as WanZeru is trying to create as much noise as possible on A.
Yeah, but this is going to leave Team Liquid Academy in a 3 versus 5, even if the spike does go down.
They still have 2 players here.
Yiğit'in kamerasından görmek istiyorum. Nasıl öldü ya? Buradan gelmiş.
GSR wins the duel.
Yapma ya.
And then some. GSR over-delivering. with a chance to get a player back on their feet, but he just waits a moment for this regroup.
Salamıyor, duvarın arkasında kaldı.
Both Liquid players in the hall. Still one slow left on GSR, but he's just got to hold the line. It's Zeus walking in, but he has his time
Yediler
to
swingi.
shine. And finally FUT find themselves back in the
Hem Oman hem Brimstone mu oynuyorlardı bunlar ya? Sıkıntı kardeşim.
Mistic trying to play it within his own smokes. A nice paranoia, but not one that will net a kill. GSL's Sheriff will, and more to be garnered. Can there be anything more? Can it get better for Team Liquid Academy? It certainly can.
Yaptı.
Getting the drone in. If that had
Turnuva
got, that
sezon
would be
dışı bir
huge
turnuva.
information, but
Yani
only that,
kapalı bir
denied
turnuva.
utility as well.
A double backside hold here for Liquid Academy, but this time Mistic is playing ahead. Can't quite connect the bullets, and with that foot, go a player in front.
Yeah, that they do. There is one player low. GSR almost solo just for the moment as he waits for Rex to get into position.
Just about breaks the dog, unfortunately enough. Doesn't go stunned. One flash left in the pocket. And this fragment, if required. Rex also with his own molly. Liquid now making moves into the site. GSR flashes over the top, but KROSTALY yet to be cleared. His position key. Rex will know about it, but has to adjust a top site and does an WanZeru's starting to aggress here again.
Linki.
But FUT are also here to try and challenge. Mystic still gets one.
Blokladı, Zeus dash atamadı.
Even trade, Jet for Brimstone, and GSR finding.
And Liquid Academy might just catch him
Isın
in the
Osman Aga, seni alalım içeriye.
Fantastic mid-round and overall. Proxh as well catching the Baha, trying to move through the map into this site. This is unbelievable. Great round calling by Mystic, or anybody, whoever it was, one of the players, to try and be proactive.
So seeing Proxh dropping off there as well, playing discipline, not allowing FUT to get what they want, a way back in.
MrFaliN needs to get that spike down. He knows he's under attack on every front at the moment.
MrFaliN actually that gets the fight that he is looking for in the end. FUT back to what is a 2 versus 1 on Proxh here in security.
Yeah, and this would be a big isolation hazard.
On the line first. What util does MrFaliN have to tee this up? Nothing apparently. And Proxh has already sighted the second target. Baha with a lot on his plate. Another 1v3 attempt to which he can only find one.
BM'ine Eko'yu düşürürler
I suppose, at least with Mistic at the helm. WanZeru again on this B fight and Zeus just cleans up this time.
Kabı kapatın artık. Hayır, silah al.
Something they've struggled to find a foothold with so far.
At least GSR gets one back, but he is hearing the steps run away and calling that to his team.
Yine aynısını yapıyoruz. Baha girdi içeri, bizimkileri çağırıyor.
Seekers are going to spot him out. Proxh can look for a preemptive rotation, but FUT aren't committed, wedded to this A play yet.
But look at Yetujey in the corner. He's going to be probably the round winner for FUT.
Once again, the mid duel. So much riding on it. Proxh may be looking for one in front of the divide. Can't quite get what he was looking for there either, and neither can GSR. There's anything here that you've seen. Do have weapons here to hold a candle to what FUT want to try and do. And for the first time, we're seeing Liquid very happy to concede that A space when FUT pull the trigger.
Yeah, and the reason why they're happy is because look at the amount of ultimates to come back in here.
To Salvo initially to slow things down and potentially a
Hiç
combo
olmaz.
in backside, paranoia and flash
Oldu.
lands onto 2 targets. GSR walks away with both, but
Helal.
Baha has picked up 3 of his own, and FUT have quashed another retake, or so it would seem.
Yes, but Rex does have
Orada bizim
control of the
spike'ımız
site,
kaldı da.
and there's no way for FUT to get it back without going elsewhere. Time is low.
20 saniye var ama farkında mısınız? Böyle gidemeyiz oraya kadar. Burası kırık değildi galiba. Kırık mı kırık? Zaman kalmadı lan. Ananı sikim bu.
The 2v1 opens up. Rex with a couple smokes and a molly in pocket, but he's relying on double initiator, in fact, towards this extremity. But WanZeru, the player to open the scoring. Rexx has to be careful here not to get overwhelmed, and already Zeus on the line is good for
Birim
that
son
first
ikinci kez
pick
gözüme
again.
batıyor derken.
WanZeru trades.
Yeah, entry in. Advantage still within the defense, and you can see
Yine fake verdik bu arada. Yine baha gidiyor. Biz Heaven'a çıkmalısın. Evet.
The thing about this defense is, right, is that they're not going to know exactly if the spike has been attempted to be planted until that wall drops.
On the one hand, Liquid Academy have given away the A site and are going to pay that cost here. On the other hand, I'm happy that they've actually committed to one side of the map.
FUT'un yakalama ihtimali var mı peki Veyle'yi geçerken?
You're looking at this deep positioning mid that's a problem, and baha
Bekle.
continuing to force the issue. It sets up
Ölme oğlum işte.
perfectly
Vursun böyle
here.
geçerken.
Should walk away with at least one. Already does. Brings him out of play in post though.
And MrFaliN in heaven finds himself a nice little corner in which to play with, and still one flash in his pocket.
Early ping on the spike when he gets the chance before the smoke
Patlayıcı
drops.
var.
Salvo's in for good measure. And as Proxh will attempt to try and fight his way out of this, it's already slipped out of reach.
Patlayıcı atmamış mıydı? Gerek var mıydı ya?
Look at his scaling through mid.
Oh, nice little set piece here. Use of the Armageddon to force players forward. Favorable here for Liquid Academy. A 3-on-2 which they win.
Yetu.
Evet, bu turnuvan olayı bütün maçlarda ajan ban muhabbet aynı. Bu uç maçların hepsi aynı şekilde işliyor.
Liquid Academy player the wiser. First target spotted, second lined up, and yetujey confirms it. FUT back in front.
Can yetujey close out the round here and now? Information known about the last two players for FUT. They've set up the post plan accordingly and have the Teho alive.
Ocak'ta başlayacak. Ocak 15 diye başlıyor olması lazım.
From GSR, bit of a bait as yetujey is still left to his own devices here. And GSR will know that that molly hasn't fully cleared, so he takes it upon himself to make sure that extra space is taken.
Ben atsam bu kadar kör etmez.
Still salvos in play. Liquid need to force the issue. That's the only way they win this round, and it's gonna have to be Rexx to do it for them.
So popular through Amy. This is where the spike is.
Oh, GSR winning such another impactful duel. WanZeru only left with the rifle to defend this, holds his post. The flash does connect from MrFaliN, but as the spike carrier, he can't commit. It's the B fights that look most tempting right now, but as yetujey takes another, he falls. Down to the last two pieces FUT, split up from one another. Liquid Academy might just have done all that they needed to recover this one.
30 seconds left.
And that trade probably signals their doom for the round for FUT. And there you have it. Players are going to come towards the A site once again very quickly. A quick pop back, and as they try to drop out of heaven, you can see look, Rexx is already the one to put Team Liquid Academy ahead in the player count. Even players escaping after a barrage of bullets headed their way. And it should be, yeah, as simple as that. Oh! I thought it was going to be a round end, but KROSTALY.
Fena gaza geldi. Salın. Gelecek Ace.
Liquid can get themselves in those positions. Then mid space right now, which Liquid have.
It's GSR who's first out the smoke, and it's GSR who's second down in the round for the attack. Remember, Team Liquid Academy won the bonus on
bütün maçlar bu oyun.
What really allowed them to garner those points back in their favour. But as for this point being, yeah, FUT have got everything they need in this round. It's so simple.
To take up position backside when that flood comes in.
Already the cycle state have been set up. The combination of FUT players does net them what could be a site defense. Two players on the flank.
Bir smoker kaldı. Benim sonunda ulti var. Bizimkilerin ikisi arkadan geliyor. Pozisyonlarımız iyi. Son ultiyi kullanamaz. İyi oyuncular söyleniyor.
Zeus in a similar situation here, but he does get his one.
Yeah, that he does, but the loss of the KO is massive because the no command offline. WanZeru overhead.
Baha çok iyi yerde bu arada, fark etmediler.
Baha kept himself alive, but actually baited his own teammate. So the attack
bir canı var onun.
And advantage taken.
Yetu silah al Yetu.
And with WanZeru sticking that
Güzel
entry,
olur.
demanding more attention and rotates
Uyum
are coming in.
sağlaması daha zor.
Baha playing from top site manages to put up the Astra smoke before the null command comes in, and support has arrived for FUT. This might just be the round which pushes them out of reach. Liquid
Ne oluyor?
Academy
Haritaya
trying to
baksanıza.
stay in it, fighting for their lives as Mistic takes top site for himself. Baha
To take the spawn of the attack.
I love this from FUT, and they've also got that cam left back on the B site as well. The traps to stop any players coming round the bend. What can they do with this positioning though? Because
Daha fazla gitmesin bizimkiler. Dönün geri, dönün geri, dönün geri.
They should understand of a reposition
Tek yeti
here.
geldi.
Yeah, but because of the cages, it's making Liquid worry about the position that a potential anchor could be in. Taking their time to clear out, Spike goes down, and yetujey unlucky not to have an angle on towards the Spike plant.
Claustrophobic post plant for Liquid Academy on what could be their last stand here on Abyss. FUT starting to close in that distance. Now positions
Aslında
revealed
kimmiş,
towards the
4000 infosunu
backline.
aldı.
Great knife from GSR. Sheriff gonna follow things up quite nicely as well. As is Mistic with the trades are there for Liquid, just about. Still without the weaponry they would
İçin
once they
Riot
get
onlara
into
fon
the
sağlayacak.
plant.
Para
Open
verecek.
that door up for them. And they're making your living room their own. This is FUT's home ground, or Liquid's I should say. And they have managed to take A.
Yeah, there's also a really late rotate from Rex as he's playing so deep in the spawn of the attack.
Ocakta var.
Just wondering if Yetu's going to make this play or not. Zeus already getting active again. The front man for FUT finding his value. Liquid holding an aggressive line, trying to park the bus in front of the doorway. Zeus finally dropping, but GSR makes a meal of it. Liquid on the back foot, playing from main, and that's the molly gone. rexxtoned relieved of his duties, and it's all on to Mistic. And you, moments ago.
Thank you.
But can FUT strike twice and find another pistol round here? One-way traffic in the first map, favoring Liquid. The attack has been pretty good at generating results so far, but Zeus goes 1 for 1, and honestly, by his standards, that's a big loss for FUT.
Yes, I think it's a big loss for Team Liquid Academy, considering that's the Prowlers offline, and now they have to essentially face check everything. That wall goes down at the worst time as well, as yetujey was able to find Rex. Right now, FUT are in front, but can they keep going? The answer is no. The answer is yes, sorry. It's WanZeru that needs to keep going. As he starts to re-clear from B Ling. Headshot cleared, and now you look at Baha, who is very...
On the knife there, Zeus knows that he can look for a duel and wins it. 1 bullet, all that's required. Can't get out of dodge. GSR chase.
They're taking their time doing it, so, and that's allowing for the KO to get into position. Baha can't really get the spam to work out, but the smoke going down means that that site is now more secure. A lot more players, a lot more bodies, but Team Liquid Academy with GSR open everything up like a scalpel. MrFaliN playing on the edge of the nebula will find himself lost in space. And in space, no one can hear you scream. So now we look at one player left, yetujey coming back in with just a Spectre in hand.
And Liquid should know.
Since he's been on Liquid Academy's roster. Oh, those shots a little bit wayward, and this now starts to get worrying for Team Liquid, especially with Zeus having those blades up and available. GSR still alive, and that's the biggest problem that this defense could face, because you know how good he can be with a rifle in his hands. Zeus out and got, and Team Liquid now looking to finish off the round, but
no way! There's plenty of money back in their pockets now. And with this operator set up in elbow, it's a difficult clear for Liquid, and one which they can't rise to the occasion of. GSR gone, and how much left can be said of the attack side behind this?
Yeah, KROSTALY has created so much delay through using the null command, so that's what Team Liquid Academy are waiting out, taking their time to do so.
Yeah. They need this suppression to end, because they require Proxh's Haunt to open things up for them, whether it's through the circular window or reposition in mid. WanZeru goes down for the cause, but there is nothing taken from it.
Yeah, on top of that, FUT are now starting to rotate off the back of that kill, it looks like. So it's a 3 versus 2 on site, but not for long.
plenty of delay here as well on the FUT side, and the forces continue to congregate as Baha's going to join into the mix from main. A late dagger hovering over the shoulder blades of Liquid, who continue to him with bacon. 3 ults to their name, and a B-site execute levied.
At the same time, while this execute's going on, Yetujey's not really looking to try and hold to the site. Apparently he is. I was going to say, he wants to play for this late flank coming through, as it's 3 bodies strong.
It's the cosmic divide there that makes him feel like he can anchor a little bit better, but Liquid all over it. And actually, Baha catching 1 in transition. Still, FUT closing in, but Liquid have taken elbow.
That they have. They've got very
Yasak değil kimseyi rahatsız etmediğin sürece.
That spike planted open can be issues. And this retake, there's an overdrive as well if things get really worrying, but that drone doesn't get off what it's looking for. They suppress now as they start to re-execute, and Baha, the operator, finding a kill, but out of heaven comes WanZeru. KROSTALY with the double, and now things really looking worrying. We need to see WanZeru at his best. Well, this is another FUT round. Denies the spike plant.
Yarlayamadı ya.
MrFaliN onto it and dancing with them.
It's mid where they're looking, but the problem I see right now, Cairo, is there's no extremity control.
Üst midden ilerliyor. Midden backside'dan B'ye gelme işi.
There's a lot of question marks for FUT right now that they need to clear, and this
hiçbir şey bilmiyoruz ha.
stack of 5 bodies is just moving towards B, and only 1 player is challenging.
FALIN şüphelendi.
That info game again. MrFaliN
Bir vurması çok iyi.
upon himself to try and do something here, leaving Zeus all alone on B in the hot seat. And right now, he's just going to crumple under the pressure. Baha doing his best attempt, but the pick goes up and Liquid are in.
Yeah, spike going down. Really nice trade game by TLA, and now this post plant should be invulnerable to anything that FUT try.
Big 1 versus 1 in main. Mistic waiting for yetujey to crash the corner, and as he does, beheaded. Liquid standing strong. 3 versus 1. But we've already seen how much impact 1 player can find. WanZeru waiting to greet KROSTALY, the savior of the previous round, securing it here, as FUT will simply walk away. Liquid bringing things back within 1.
Yeah, and bringing it within 1 is going to put Team Liquid Academy in a really threatening position for the next half as they move on to that defender's side.
As we've crossed the minute mark and all eyes are on KROSTALY.
Yeah, he's getting chased all the way down. WanZeru at the back, and well, Team Liquid Academy filling that kill feed red. Spike can go down, and plenty of time to get the post plant set up. This is going to be 5-5.
No doubt about it. WanZeru wants to make it another, but the overdrive expires.
They'll walk into Yetujey, and the fact that they're able to fight back, this dimensional drift to identify where the issues could be if they executed into A.
What a shot from Zeus. And with GSR silenced, Liquid can't find the breakthrough. No way to crack open this A site as FUT start to reposition into elbow, with KROSTALY taking contact again. Zeus actually instead on the other side of her own defensive smoke. This one is stuck by Mistic, and while Zeus isn't going to land the shot he's looking for, everyone on Liquid does.
It's a bit windy, mate, and that's not what you're looking for if you're FUT. So now, spike being attempted, and FUT, they're not going to want to challenge this so far, but they are going to get
the numbers are here. FUT are ready to fight this. 3-on-3 still. Liquid looking for their way in, and it's finding KROSTALY before the flash pops. yetujey close to this, is to the ground, but WanZeru will put him there into the dirt. MrFaliN has been a real strong suit, proactive in the measures that they're taking.
Now Rex, the one to try and re-clear, but decides against it. Thinks now that mid may be the issue, and it is to some degree. It is yetujey who's there. The Sheriff shot's good, and look at Rex, comes out at the right time, downs the spike. Shot's good now. Team Liquid Academy not accounting for the mid player, and that's the issues. GSR now, the one whiffing. Spike goes down, and look at this 3-player pack starting to move through from mid.
Yeah, a little loosey-goosey for Liquid. And now FUT can fully focus this crossfire on Link.
Yeah, that the cannon, WanZeru, the one to break it. The trade's good, but it has left WanZeru all alone. Can't connect his share of shots. He just needs 2 to the body, or at least 1 to the head. Up above is yetujey, and down. Yeah, and this is where majority of the players are. The outlaw for WanZeru doesn't even get a chance to shoot off a shot, so the double stack of Mistic and GSR has to hold A all by themselves. Within the smoke they pop out, and yetujey doesn't even get a chance to snatch at it. The players coming through. Zeus gets a double, and now that site has been taken.
It's well worked from FUT in the end to get out of a bad situation. Looked like Liquid forced them into exactly what it was they wanted. That A-site execution. But WanZeru caught sleeping on the angle. And this Stinger, I was going to say not up to much, has the upgrade.
Yeah, has the chance now to do that. Drops away. And now pressure put on GSR. What can he do? And it's not yet a kill, I'll tell you that. The trade does come through indirectly from Proxh. His Odin finding Zeus.
Yeah, Proxh in proxy with the suppressing fire. But having GSR inserted in mid would be huge. They've got Mistic instead. This partnership between the captain and his starlet set up. Baha has to be careful.
Baha Astra'ya yakalanacak mı acaba?
Are moving ever closer to this A push again.
But Mistic deposited so deep, he might be the one to change the round. Maybe later in the half.
Here's the steps.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go for the flank. He's going to just have to commit to holding this site. With 2 players in elbow, can they find anything yet? Trying to work it himself.
Proxh caught in headlights right now, didn't know which way to look. Liquid have an insert on the site, but 2 players to join them from Link.
Yeah, 2 different fights on 2 different lanes. Rex finding Baha, but Rex caught out himself by Yetu. Now it's a 2 versus 1, and it's that player mentioned, yetujey, that needs to show us the goods. The molly looks like he's lined up. Being, I thought, the best solution for FUT.
Normalde Veyle oynuyor galiba da Veyle oynayamıyordu. Spike'ı görecekler. Lan.
So deep, and not only that, he's found the spike as well.
Yeah, GSR says, hello mate, and hello the rest of FUT.
Where's Yetu?
Spike is left behind. Yetu has been given the freedom to roam the A site at his discretion.
Oh, the TP.
And as you say, with the Omen ult in play, FUT now have an opportunity, a rare one.
Aha yalnız ortasında duruyor saydın ama.
And only at a player deficit.
Viper's pick can also go down. I am still scared though of Team Liquid's Academy's ability to retake with that Cosmic Divide and Overdrive.
They're looking for a player left behind. Liquid know that only a couple of those players can rotate so quickly on the FUT side. And there you have it. With KROSTALY cut out, it's a 3 versus 5 attempt. Pit lineup sent in by Yetu creeps all the way to Link.
That is an issue, is the fake out trying to at least buy something. The spam not working out, so now players are going to have to try and re-clear now. Through elbow is where they go, and GSR even finds Baha.
Not a common smoke here from Mistic either. Gets them back in through the site, so now Liquid can approach this from multiple angles.
There's already a molly being used and an overdrive as well to clear the close corners. Zeus goes,
önünde kaldı ya. Hayır ya.
And the rest, Yetu out on A again. I don't know how.
Yetujey ağın içine nasıl gidiyor herhalde? Duvardan mı geçiyorum? Hayda yine aynısı oldu.
And as easily as that happens, GSR is walking down mid and farming.
Buraya tek atmak istiyorlar.
Yeah, every single time, and now you can see Baha about to be put under pressure. Is everybody trying to get towards A? And this feels like the game plan for Team Liquid Academy. So happy to give up this space. And you think of the last couple of rounds, Hazard, those retakes have been so successful.
Teho ult here from MrFaliN could throw a spanner in the works though. It's all they've got to try and deal with. The timing is everything. Tournament life.
Astra ultisi kullanacaklar. 5'i de oradan geliyor.
In the retake where they've struggled.
Well, the Cosmic Divide down.
Bence kötü böldüler saydı ama.
But now the floodgates open and the players are ready to come back in. 3 players on foot, look to try and hold on, but they'll hold on for dear life. As look at this, Team Liquid Academy onto the spike and denying for every opportunity.
Kötü bölmemişler, iyi bölmüşler.
Team Liquid Academy are the Goliath.